Hi, this is Roni and welcome to my channel. Today is how to kill a kit with style, and I'm going to be using that picture right there, and I'm going to take that piece of paper that you see on top and I'm going to use my Creative Memories circle cutter set, and I'm going to use the red one which cuts the closest to the, I guess those are called templates, I'm not sure, but that's the big one. They normally I usually use the one with the set of 3 small ones, but I had this one so I could make circles, and I haven't used it in a while, so I thought I'd use it on today's layout. And you see me lay my picture there, and that was because I was making sure that there would be enough room for me to trim this behind the circle and have a mat for my picture. And that's what I'm going to do next. And all I'm doing is going to make sure I have enough for it. I'm not going to get as close as possible to that because all I want is enough to mat my photo. And there is enough. I mean, it's like as close as I could probably get and still be able to mat it. And I thought about taking and putting black around the edge of the circle and then matting my picture also in black. But I changed my mind about that and thought, well, maybe I'll do white and do white just on the picture. And you will see me pull it out, the white cardstock. And I did think of it, but I'm going to put it back too. I'm going to change my mind on it. And yeah, I'm just double checking to make sure that where to cut it at. And I do have a little bit left over, but not much in the way of scraps at all. And my granddaughter had sent me this picture, and they were at the zoo. Well, they did several things that day, but they'd also gone to the zoo, and they were talking about their aching feet and how their feet hurt, and they were sitting there looking at them, and they had been sending me pictures already, and they thought it'd be cool to send me a picture of their aching feet so I could scrapbook it, which, of course I am. And it was the only one they sent me that was in black and white, so they sent it through a filter before they sent it. And I am going to put a space for a tag on the back and make a tag, because this is going to be Reagan's layout. I'm going to put it in her album, and I'm leaving a place for her to do some journaling. I did think about screenshotting her text and put on the tag, but then I thought, well, she might want to say something else, and so I'm just going to go ahead and do the tag. And if she wants me to do the screenshot, it wouldn't take but a few minutes to do it, and I can just adhere it onto the tag. But I am cutting it, and of course I'm going to make a hole in it, and I'm going to put a reinforcer on there. And somehow or another it falls right off. You will see me put that on there twice. And I always have to put a little mark with my pencil of where to put my hole, because if I don't, I can't seem to get the center of that, and I like to get the center as much as possible. And I'm putting foam tape around the edge of that so it just has enough room to slide in and slide out. And I'm going to take the powder tool and put that on there so it can slide a little bit easier and not get stuck. And see my enforcer laying there? Yeah. I don't know how it ended up there. I don't know if I just didn't get enough glue on there or what. So I'm putting it on another time. And yeah, it works out better the second time. I will put some twine on it later, but I was still deciding what color I wanted to put. And I was scooting my letters up there for my title to see exactly where I wanted to put the picture, because I wanted to make sure that I still had room for these. They're going to be kind of a tight fit, but I'm going to be able to put them there. And I put it on the wax paper first because I wanted to see how far I could stretch my thickers. There is 5 F's on there that I'm going to have to make into E's, but I do have enough to make my title. And my title is, "These feet were made for walking, but these shoes were not." And it's a play on the song way back when, a long time ago, by Nancy Sinatra, "These boots were made for walking." And yeah, I was trying to figure out a way to talk about how their feet hurt without saying their aching feet. And so this is what I decided to go with. And she can put that her feet are aching on the journaling card if she wants. And I did decide to go ahead and use the pink and white twine here. And later I was wishing I used black to go with the alt new letters there. But, you know, it was too late by then because I ended up gluing down some more of the pink and white twine. And here I'm taking a strip of vellum, pink vellum, and I'm marking it every 1/4 inch, and later I wished I'd gone 1/8 inch, which I have done before. It's a little more difficult to work with, but I made a half circle instead of a full one, and I'm going to put it right beneath the picture on top of the doily. I accidentally forgot to turn my camera back on until I was pretty close to done with it. That little star, that charm, is in my kit with 3 more, and I thought, well, I need to use at least one of them on a layout. So I'm going to use it on this one, and I use little teeny tiny dots that I think they're called the micro, and I put one behind the star, and then I put 3 behind the little half circle banner kind of thingy. But I do like them. They're really sticky and they hold on to stuff. I did not put enough glue behind my doily though. You already seen me have little problems with it, and I'm going to have some more. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some more glue on there. I thought I had enough, but no, I don't guess I do. And I got a piece of scrap paper out, and when this gets cut out, it is finally going to get thrown away. But I thought I'd put one of the stickers on it so that I'd have 2 colors there. I was wanting to repeat some of the colors in top and bottom, and that was one way of repeating that color because it is in the paper there. And I'm going to continue looking at the sticker sheet and decide what I want to pull off there and to use in my clusters. And I'm going to make one in that corner and then the top left corner. And while I'm doing this, I'm changing my mind about different things. And those lips are going to go up in the top one. I'm going to change my mind about having them down on the bottom. I cut that one out and took the white off, which, you know, I have a tendency to do. And I'm going to put foam tape on it so it'll be more dimensional. And I was trying to say what else to have here. And I knew I wanted to use that ephemera piece with the tennis shoes. But I am going to cut it in half, so that I'll have the other half for the other girl in case she wants this picture in her album also. And I thought I'd put this frame in there, but once I cut it in half, this frame looks kind of big, and I'm going to end up cutting it down. And then, now that I am doing the voiceover and looking at it, I'm thinking it's a little bit boxy. So I might go back and add a couple little banners or maybe even some sequins to the left and to bring it out a little bit and not have it quite as boxy. But I put vellum behind that, and then I'm going to turn around and cut it down thinking that'll help it. And when I cut it down, it comes apart and I have to put glue on it again. Yeah, I just go cut off what all I needed to leave on there. And I'm going to save that part and use it again later. But yeah, I don't bring it all the way down in the corner since I have that piece of ephemera to put there. But I do wish it would come out just a little bit farther. And if I'd been thinking, I might even have fussy cut them out and put them on a different banner. You know, that's a thought I could go back and do. Oh, and here, I guess I caught my arm on there, and it came undone yet again. And I did put extra glue on there, and I will not have that problem again on this layout because that doily is stuck down now, finally, I believe. I don't think I had to do it again after this. And the glue I'm using is the Art Institute glitter glue. And I bent my last pin that was good that goes in there. And I've been ordering them off of May Made It, and I think it's like 3 times I've ordered them. You only get like 3 at a time, but she was out, and since years ago, gosh, I mean, long before I ever started YouTube, I'm sure, and that was like 2011, I ordered them off of the Art Institute glitter glue website, and I thought, well, I'm going to go on there and order me some. So I did, and I did get more than 3, and they will be here tomorrow, and I will have pens that aren't going to rust the glue because the last few days I've had to use one that rusts the glue. However, when I ordered those pens that said rust free, they told a story there because they are not. I've ordered 2 packages of pens that said it, and both times they still rust out the glue and make it brown. And I've added teal to this heart, and I'm going to tuck it right in there, and I'm going to end up putting some sequins on top of that. I considered looking for some flat sequins to put underneath that since that is vellum, but I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and use these Felicity Jane sequins, and so I'll have to put them on top because they are cupped sequins. And if they were the flat ones, they would have gone underneath that vellum pretty easy. And I'm looking at the stickers again, trying to decide what else I can use in my clusters. And I ended up pulling out my punch for arrow and punching a vellum arrow because I'm going to take that little sticker right there and put on the one that I put teal behind it earlier, and it says Girl Squad. And I'm going to put it right on top of the arrow. And I'm just cutting a piece of foam down to fit there so that it'll have some dimension when I put it back down. And I'm going to end up pulling that back up because I'll decide to use some of that same twine I used in the tag in that little cluster and the one at the bottom. So I will pull it back up pretty soon. Oh, and this is just a little banner, a small one. It's striped. And it does have a fishtail on the end, but I wanted it long enough to come all the way down below the arrow, so I had to cut it. And I mean, the bottom part's pretty short to get it to fit and work, but I managed, and I had to get tweezers to manage it too because my fingers were just a little bit too clumsy to do it otherwise. And still looking at the sticker sheet, trying to decide what else I can use. And I found a space there, and this one's like oh with the mouth in the circle, and I put it on there, and I did tuck it in, but I'm going to end up putting foam tape behind it and having it up before I'm done with it. And I'm putting knots on the end of the twine and just kind of going through there just to add more texture to my layout. And I'm going to also do it up in the upper left hand corner, and I am gluing it down. And I did think about going back and taking stitching around that circle, but I pulled out like 3 colors and looking at it, and I tried yellow, and I tried pink, and I tried teal, and then I thought black would work since feet and shoes are in black, and her shoes are in black. But then I thought, I've already got the twine on there, and I hated to do it with a different color since the twine was already on there, and I have glued down the twine by then. And so I just decided to go without putting the stitching on. But it entered my mind. I have yet to try to sew on a layout with twine. I do not, well, this twine would never fit in the eye of my needle. But I do have some that may, because it's a lot smaller than this twine. I got this twine, I believe, off of peachycheap.com once, or maybe it's Pick Your Plum on a Black Friday. And I got like 6 rolls for one price or something, and it's all thicker and heavier than the usual twine. But I do like using it on the layout because it does add even more texture to the layout than the normal twine does. And I'm gluing it all down, and I tried twisting that and I didn't like it, and that's why I ended up cutting it off. And I just flip it around to the back and put a piece of washi tape on there and left it like that. And I'm looking again to see if there's anything else to add, and I do find a couple little stars. So I put one down, and then I go to put the other one, and it kind of gets lost in all that pink because it is pink. I thought about putting a heart there, but since they weren't really happy with their feet, I decided not to put a heart, to put a star. And so I put some teal behind this pink one and put it back down, and it looks just fine. And it is tiny to be able to fussy cut around that, but it works. It's sharp edges, so it was nice and easy fix on it. And here I'm pulling out my Felicity Jane sequins, and like I said, they're cupped. They're not flat ones, but they're really cute on here. And there is like a variety of 4 or 5 I think, different ones. And I'm just scattering them in different places, and mostly they stay where they land. Every now and then I'll move one, and like right after I get started here, I do move one. And the only reason I moved it is because when I put the glue down, a lot more come out than I was expecting, so I had to pick one of the bigger sequins to go on top of it just to cover up the glue. And I'm putting glue down here, and that's the end of it, and I think I'm done with my lead. I don't think I do anything else with it. And so I'm showing the close-ups, and that's it. And if you look below, you'll see a list of names of everybody that's sharing their kits this month. And there's a bunch of lots and lots of room for inspiration if you're hunting inspiration to do a layout. And also, if you leave a comment below, I'll be sure to get back with you, because I do love the interaction of the YouTube comment section. And if you liked the video, if you'd hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. But I would like to thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a happy, scrappy week. Bye.